gonna go ahead and start the recording now. Sweet. And while I wait for people to join, I will eat a piece of Hershey's chocolate. Happy Halloween. Does anybody remember what version we were coding on? Was it? It was 1.21, wasn't it? Let me see. Yeah, it was this one. 1.21 with Forge. Alright. This'll do. And I'm gonna go ahead and open up my coding software. And hopefully not spoil anybody on the contents of the upcoming Datapack things. Datapacks. File, open folder, show local. Select folder. Alright, there we go. I am recording, yes. Alright, I don't need this, but I am going to need a new window. Open folder. And this is going to be for the resource pack, if I can find where it's at. There we go. Select folder. Okay. Now this right here is going to go away. Whoop! Actually, no, I'm going to put it down here. All right. It's gone but not forgotten. You got an echo, you might want to mute your Discord stream. My Discord stream? What do you mean? I'm not streaming my Discord. I mean, my house has an echo. Are you talking about that? Because it is a new room that I'm in right now. Do you also hear two of the music? Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's my room. It is very large and echoey. So that's what we're working with here. I apologize about that. But there's nothing that I can really do about it at this time. I do have some plans to get some of those styrofoam noise canceling things in here, but that's going to be a later problem. Okay. So, done there. Single player. We're going to go on 1. That's the world that we're on. Alrighty. today we're going to be making blocks. So blocks are pretty interesting. And the thing about blocks is that they're hard-coded into the game. Much like the Trident and the Shield entities in general, all of those are hard-coded into the game. So it's not like they have a block that you can just give a custom model data to and it will change its shape like any of the items, like these. Because this is just a netherite sword, but because we have custom model data to it, so it is changing it's defined by the resource pack. So now if we do give a custom model data to a block, it will change what it looks like in the inventory, but the block that gets placed in the world will just look the same. What the hell? It scared the crap out of me. I think it was from this sword, right? What did it? Yeah, it's from this sword. Oh my god. I forgot all about that. Anyway, as I was saying, you can't just change the custom model data on this block, because if you do that and you change the texture of the block, it will change the texture of all blocks, because once you place a block in the world, it no longer has any like data associated with it. Except for a few blocks. There's a few blocks that do. For example, the note block does. God damn it. Get out of here. You get out of here. So the note block does, because it has states to it. So if I do /data get block that, it is not a block entity. Okay, well, I should still be able to /set block, boom, 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 note block, and then in these brackets. So there's a lot of data that goes into the note block. It's got instruments, it's got notes, and it's got whether or not it's powered. I believe that the way that the plugin does it is that it has it to where they're always powered, and then they have a note in here. And I believe that you can have a higher note than... No. Okay. Well, you know, to be honest, I don't exactly know how the plugin does it. I just know that it uses note blocks. The other thing that you can do is spawners. Monster spawners actually hold data too, because they have to hold all of the data that is the monster inside of them. So with that, you could potentially, you know, have custom blocks on these spawners as well. However, that's not great. That can get pretty laggy, especially if you've got like a billion of them. The other thing that you can do is mushroom blocks. And mushroom blocks are interesting because they have like variable sides as well. And that is another thing that the plugin can do. So with this plugin, that's why the custom ore we see in Everdark is note blocks. Yes, yeah. All of the custom ores and stuff, all of the custom blocks in Everdark are actually note blocks until you break them. Because what the plugin does is it runs a command that will delete it'll delete the note block, and then it will check the player to make sure they're holding the right thing, and then it will just summon the block where the block is. And we're gonna do pretty much the same thing today, except with the Datapack version. So it's kind of like making the wheel from scratch. That's a lot of blocks. Yeah. Okay. So, first things first is that I suppose I should probably go ahead and model a block. And I want to do it pretty quickly, so I'm going to open up my block bench, and I'm just going to make a Java block item, and I'm going to call this custom block. And then this is just going to be a square block. I don't need anything fancy. I'm just going to make it a 16 by 16 block. So this is really good for a base because this is how big a normal Minecraft block is. However, the way that we're going to do this is with one particular block in here called /give the man in many hats petrified oak slabs. So petrified oak slabs, this is a block that's in the game. Well, it's a slab that's in the game that you can't get anywhere else. You can't craft this. You can't even find it in the creative menu. It's basically like a debug block or something. I don't know exactly what it is, but basically what we're going to do is we're going to make a block here, and then we're going to run a command that says set block bam 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 petrified oak slab, and type is going to equal double, right? And so that will change that block into that. Okay, so it's a petrified oak slab. The cool thing about petrified oak slabs, though, is that you can still break them in survival. And I don't actually know if they drop anything. It'll be interesting to see if they do. They do not. They do not drop anything. I think they do have a tool associated with them. It's probably an axe, I guess. Nope. Is it a pickaxe? Okay, it's a pickaxe for some reason, and they do actually drop whenever you break them. All right, so that's good to know, so we know what to do. The other thing that I want to see is, oh, I've still got this hat on. The other thing that I want to see is inside of the resource pack, I want to see if the petrified oak slab has its own texture associated with it, or if it uses the oak texture. Either or, it's fine, but I just want to see. So textures, block, and then scroll down to the P area. P. Petrified, packed ice, packed mud, pearlescent, peony, pink. Okay, so I think what this means is that the petrified, so petrified oak slab does not actually exist in this menu, which means that it just uses the oak texture. And that's fine. I'm fine with that. But so these blocks are all 16 by 16. This is about the size that they are. However, if I make this a 16 by 16 block, then the texture of this block is just going to start Z-fighting with the block that I want to custom. So in order to combat that, I just need to make it ever so slightly larger. So I'm just going to do 0.005 in the inflation box. And that will inflate it ever so slightly to make sure that those textures aren't taking up the same space. And something this small is not really noticeable to the human eye because it's just so tiny. But the render engine should be able to catch it. I'm going to go ahead and do custom block texture, and I'll leave it at a 16 by 16, and I'm just going to save it as is. Save. And the display, I want to make sure that it displays properly, so scale 0.5. Nope, still too big. Even that looks too big. How big is it actually in my... Oh. Well. Yeah. Yeah, and then they just have it rotated around by 45 degrees. And then they have it like this. What is that, 70 degrees? Yeah, something like that. And then that comes out to about here. Yeah, that looks like I'm holding the block, right? Sure. Okay. So I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to paste this here. And I'm actually going to go ahead and turn down the music because it is becoming a bit more overbearing. There we go. That happens. First person left and right. So what does this look like in first person? It kind of takes up, you know, less than a fourth of the bottom of the screen, so... Actually just do this as a comparison. That looks to be about right? That's good enough for me. Copy and paste. And then this is what it looks like on the head, which is fine. And then this is what it looks like on the ground. Need to see how high it is off the ground. Yeah. Okay. And what it looks like in a frame, that's fine. And the GUI. GUI should be pretty easy. 45 and 45. That is what it looks like in the GUI, isn't it? Or does it take up more space? I mean, full blocks almost touch the the whole top and bottom, don't they? So 0.6. Ooh. There we go. 0.58 is what it is. Don't ask me why, but it just is. Okay. So now we have our custom cube here. Tofu is typing. Curious, how did the block in-game change while you adjusted the block bench model? Oh, it didn't. What do you mean? I was just, you know, I was matching what it was in-game. No. Alright. So, is my... Yes, it's still in there. Good. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and open up the resource pack. Oh wait, I don't actually need to do that, because I've got it right here. So we need to see what kind of item we want this to be. So I think we're gonna make it 2 items. We're going to make it a barrier block, and we're gonna make it a spawn egg. So, and the reason why we have to make it a spawn egg is because since this is a custom block, I have to run code whenever this is, you know, placed down. And it's very hard to do that without, you know, it's just very hard to do that. So the easiest way to do that, though, is to actually summon an entity whenever you place the block. So if I have a skeleton spawn egg and I place this down, it summons a skeleton right in the middle of the block, like no matter where I place it. So I'll place it over here at this corner. Boom, the skeleton's in the middle of the block. And that's going to be really helpful for, you know, placement. But I don't want this spawn egg to spawn skeletons. I want it to spawn something else that's got data on it. And we're going to go ahead and make that happen in a minute. But right now, I want to pull those... Oh, shoot. I want to pull those JSON files from the vanilla resource pack in models, item, spawn egg, skeleton, spawn egg, and then barrier. And then I'm just gonna drag these into my coding thing. I used to call them JSON files. You're not wrong. Just silly. Okay, and then I need overrides. I need all of this. So it comes after parent. Yeah. And the skeleton spawn egg, just be this. Need a comment there. Alright. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up our tutorial resource pack, textures and models, and inside of here, inside of item, I'm gonna make a new thing. I'm gonna call it blocks. So we've got models, item, blocks. I know that it doesn't make very much sense, but that's where I'm gonna put it. And again, textures, item, blocks. And then the files that I made, custom block, I'm going to put into the models, the JSON file. And then custom block the texture, I'm going to put into the texture file. And then all I need to do is just reference this, which I can just copy from one of the other things that I made. Tutorial Datapack, cap. So if I just go boop, boop, there we go. Instead of hats, this is going to be blocks. So item, blocks, custom block texture. Item, blocks, custom block texture. Item, blocks, custom block texture. Okay, so that's going to work. So for the barrier, with custom model data 1, we're going to do the same thing. Blocks, custom block. And then we're just going to copy that and put that in here. There we go. So both the skeleton spawn egg and this barrier will have the same custom model data, the same reference point. So both of their custom model data 1s will be this block that we're making. So if I just save all of this, it should work now. So if I just do an F3, nope, not an F2, F3T, and then I do /give the mana mini hats barrier with right, it's a component system, custom model, custom data, and then custom model data equals 1? No. Oh, jeez. Yeah, there we go. Finally. All right, so you can kind of see what I mean. Let me see. Does this match up? No, it does not. It doesn't match up at all. That ain't good. Well, it's fine. It'll do. But you can kind of see what I mean. So this is a barrier. And if I just give myself a normal barrier. So this is what an actual barrier looks like. Whenever I place it down, boom, it does this, right? Well, whenever I place down our custom barrier, boom, it does the same thing. So barriers don't actually have any data associated with them because they're just invisible blocks. So you might be wondering, well, how are we going to get the block to actually render? And therein lies the challenge. So, skeleton spawn egg. Skeleton spawn egg. Component. Custom model data equals 1. Boom. So I have the same thing here. Now if I just do this, it's going to spawn a skeleton. And that's definitely not what we want. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to our handy dandy custom item generator. And we're going to do a few things. And actually, I don't think this one's going to work. Hold on. Skeleton spawn egg. This item is part of the summon mob generator. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, let's go to the summon mob generator. Alright, so we're going to use a spawn egg. The custom egg icon is going to... Oh, I forgot that you can do this in the newest snapshot. We're gonna ignore that for now. So what do we want to name this? I'm just gonna call it custom block. And this is gonna say is a custom block. Right click to place. And if I just go to tags team rotation. Custom. Wait, no, that's for the mob. That's not the item. The item is somewhere. Items? No. I have what I need. Okay, so this here is this. Cool. So I can actually come in here. I thought you were going to say notebook. Handy dandy notebook. Yeah, I could do that. So this here is the code for the custom spawn egg. And if I just click, or if I just hit enter, it will give me a custom block, which is called, or a spawn egg that's named custom block. So it also spawns the skeleton with the name custom block. But we're going to have to edit this a little bit to change the custom model data. So custom model data 1, comma, and now it gives me this. This custom block is named properly. It has all the data on there that I set up. But if I right-click it, it still places a skeleton. So we don't actually want it to summon a skeleton. We want it instead to summon an item display. So we can, inside of here, we can go to mob and look for item display. see item display in here. Other entities. Wow. Okay, well, I can force it to do an item display. Let me make it spawn an iron golem first, just so I don't mess up the thing. Copy. Alright, so entity data ID, we're gonna do item display. Boom. Shoot. Freaking changed it on me. Custom model data equals 1, comma, boom. Why is it giving me the lay egg? That's not what I want. Maybe if I just add more data to it. Custom name, custom model data 1. There. Alright, so now I have a spawn egg that will summon, item displays. And it is doing the right thing. It's summoning it right in the middle of the block, like how we want. Interesting, right? Fill at E type equals not player, comma, distance equals dot dot 20. Alright. So now we have to put some custom tags on this in order for it to actually do the things that we want. So I'm going to actually copy this, and instead of putting it in the chat, I'm going to put it in a command block. That way I have it on hand. And then I give it a button. Okay. So right here in the entity data is where the stuff goes for the entity. Easy peasy. So I can go ahead and put whatever I want in here as well. For example, tags. Right here. Tags. And is it a... Okay, cool. Wait, is this not a bracket? Okay, it is a bracket. Okay, so we can just define this by a bunch of different tags, but I really only want one. Custom block. So now this will spawn an item display with the custom block tag. So if I go ahead and do that, and I do /data get entity at E, type equals not player, comma, distance equals dot dot 2, comma, limit equals 1. It will print out all of this, and you can see right here in the tags, it's got custom block. Pretty neat, huh? So now that we have our block, we can actually do something with it. At this point, we can go into the Datapack. And actually, I'm going to do a little bit of future proofing here, and I'm going to do new underscore block. There. So the reason why I did new underscore block on that is because once I actually summon in this block, I want to change the tag on it. That way the code is not performing its executions on it all the time. It's only going to do it once, and then I remove the tag. So how we do this is inside of our functions, we have a tick function. And I wouldn't recommend putting a bunch of stuff in your tick functions, but I am going to go ahead and execute as @e tag equals new block. Run function, and then we can change this tutorial datapack : and then we can name this blocks / create new block. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and make a new folder there. This needs to be moved here. Okay, so blocks create new block. So now we have our create new block function. And what we're going to do in here is we're going to do execute as @s tag equals custom block. Run function : blocks / blocks block / custom block. I'm going to make a new folder in here called block, and a new file in here called custom block.mc function. So in the interest of being less laggy, what we're going to do is inside of this tick function, we're going to execute as the entity with the tag new block. And then it's going to run this function, create new block, which is this. And in here, you can have a bunch of different blocks. And if a block has a create new block tag, it will run this entire script and say you've got a bunch of different custom blocks in here with a bunch of different tags. It will just pick out whichever tag it is, and it will go run that function. So that way you can have a whole bunch of options with it. Either way, what we're going to want to do now is we're going to want to remove the tag @s remove new block. So removing this tag will ensure that this function doesn't just keep running over and over and over. All right. So this script right here, and you guys please ignore all of the red over here. The stupid plugin or the stupid extension is still not updated. It's stupid. This code will work, I promise. It's just got a little stupid thing going on where this version doesn't detect the fact that the function folder has been renamed to function instead of functions in the newest update. Anyway, this is the file that we need to run in order to create the new block. So, as I said before, we're going to want to do a few things. We're going to want to create that double petrified oak slabs. And then we're going to want to summon an item display that displays our block over top of it. And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to play sounds, do particles, all the fancy stuff, what have you. So very first thing is we're going to place the double oak slab. So we're just going to execute at s, run set block, relative position, petrified oak slabs, with the type being double. And there we go. Easy as that. Second thing, we're going to we can actually probably do a data modify. Data modify entity at s, item dot id, and set string block? No. Nope. What we're going to do instead is we're going to summon an item display that has that in there, and then we're going to kill the original one. Summon, and I need to actually use MC Stacker for this. No. Versions, and we're gonna do 1.21. Alright. Summon item display item. We're going to have it be a barrier. Find it in here. There we go. No. Barrier. Right there. Okay. Custom model data 1. And tags. Is there a tags field in here? I can't hardly see it. Probably in custom data, right? Tags, custom block. Yes. Actually, no, because that needs to be brackets instead. And then this needs to be in quotes. Custom data, tags, custom block. Alright. So I think that's the way that goes. Let me check this. Summon Oh wait, no. This is an entity. It's not component HUD. It's not a component. So I'm just gonna have to put this into here. No, this one. All right, and then I should just be able to easily do tags, custom block. Alrighty. Barrier count 1. Okay, so the entity tag is going to be a custom block. The components have a custom model data of 1. Okay, great. It's confusing, but it'll do. So this should definitely summon an item display exactly where that item display is. And actually, now that I think about it, I probably want to align this XYZ. So execute as at S. No, execute at S, align XYZ, run TP at S. Okay, and then 0.5, 0.5. So this is going to position it into the right place, because one of the problems that we're going to run into is if you see that whenever I place this down, the blue line here denotes the facing of the block, or it denotes the facing of the entity, and you'll notice that it's random. So we need to make sure that it's actually going to stay the correct way. And I think this will do it. Facing entity. Wait, no. We're going to facing. Oh my. P feet. No. Oh man, I don't think that that's gonna work though. Screw it. Alright, next on the agenda, probably play some placing sounds. So this is the sound that plays. Execute at S, run summon. So now we're going to execute at S, run play sound, and we have the entire Minecraft sound library to play to pick from. And since I see this in here, hold on, let me let me do the anvil. I'll do an anvil place sound. Ambient at A, relevant, volume 1, pitch 1, volume 5. Okay. also have to kill at S. Alrighty. Now, if I reload this, it should which it did not. Why did it not? Failed to load function. Why? Argument accepted while parsing command on line 3. Float must not be... What? Oh. Wait, what? Pitch 1. Oh, okay. I'm stupid. I added an extra number that I didn't need to add. There we go. And now you'll see whenever that plays, whenever I place the block, it plays the sound. There are a few issues with it, namely that the block is in the ground. So how about I fix that by teleporting the block up by 1. Oops. File save. Okay. So now if I reload, ooh, it's still doing a thing. Alright. I believe that there's something that we can do with the brightness of this block. Let me see here. So, brightness sky, brightness block. 15. And that is in here. Custom block. No, this is the resource pack. I don't want the resource pack. I've already got the block in there. I'm good. Come on. It's not cooperating. Okay. There we go. That would be right there. And then what happens if we reload this? There we go. Perfect. So now we have it to where it places the block and plays the sound. And it's really cool because we can go ahead and build with this. Just like you normally would. Now, if I go ahead and kill all these things, you can clearly see that it is the petrified slabs. So, now that we have a function that can place these, we have to have a function to remove these, because you'll notice if I place this and then I break it, this thing is still here. And I want it to disappear as soon as the block is broken. And the way that we can do that is we're going to have another function. Well, a couple of functions. We're going to have to look into our stats, and I believe that there is a statistic for petrified oak slabs to be broken. Nope, that's a birch slab. Yeah, there we go. Petrified oak slabs broken 10 times. I think that's broken. Times used. Times crafted. Times mined. So, one time. Okay. Used? Is that placing them? Picked up. Dropped. Okay. So, if I break this, with my fist, because it was one before. All right. And then I go into statistics, items, down here, somewhere. That's a birch. It's still one. Okay, so do I have to break it with a pickaxe? Statistics, items. I do have to break it with a pickaxe in order for that to count. So that kind of throws a wrench in our plans a little bit, but I can still get around it. So, how do you detect that? I believe that we already did something kind of like that. It's just another scoreboard. Scoreboard, objectives, add, oh boy. This is going to be... I don't actually know. Add. The name, we're going to do petrified oak slab broken, and then we're going to call this a broken. No, it's got to be a Minecraft colon. Oh shoot. Minecraft. Yeah, Minecraft dot mined or custom. Dot mined dot or maybe it's just mined dot, oh jeez. Okay. Minecraft colon dot mined colon Minecraft.mined colon petrified oak slab. Good lord. Or let me see real quick. Minecraft dot broken? Picked up, mine, broken. I think broken probably refers to tools. But I'm gonna put that in there anyway. And I'm gonna hash it out. Or let me hash this one out, actually. Alright. Slash scoreboard, or no. Reload, and then I'm going to do slash scoreboard, objective set display, sidebar, petrified oak slab broken. Alright. Oh, I don't actually need that. Okay, I'm gonna go into survival, and can I break this? Oh, look at that! The freaking textures! They show up! The breaking textures show up! Oh, that's so cool. I didn't even know that that was gonna work. Okay. So that needs to be mined instead. Because that does not work. Save. Scoreboard, objectives. Remove. Okay. Slash reload. Okay. Alright, so now I have a detection to see, you know, if the slab is broken. Actually, you know what might be the easiest thing to do as well is if I just run these things on a tick loop whenever a player is within, like, I don't know, how many blocks is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Whenever a player is in, like, 4 blocks of them. Yeah. That's still so cool. It's actually perfect. I love it. That's such a delightful, unexpected thing. Alright. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to run a break function whenever a player is within so far of it, and their petrified oak slab token thing is greater than 1. Okay. So in the blocks here, I'm going to add a new function called block break .mc function. And I'm just going to execute as at s if unless block bam 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 petrified oak slab type equals double run kill at s. All right. You know what? I actually think it might be beneficial to split this up. I'm gonna rename this. I'm going to call it break blocks. And then inside of here, I'm gonna make a new function. I'm gonna rename this to place custom block. And actually, no, I'm gonna custom block underscore place. And then I'm gonna make another one called custom block underscore break dot mc function. Function. All right. So in here, all right. Blocks, create new blocks, custom block, place. All right. And then in here, I'm going to say execute as at s, run function, custom block, break. All right. So back in my tick menu, I can execute as, I really ought to probably make it to where it gives it another tag. That way I can search for a bunch of tags instead. So in here, I'm going to give it another tag. I'm going to call it actually, I'm going to call this tutorial block. All right, and inside of my tick function, I'm going to run this as tutorial block. If entity at p distance equals ... 5, run function Datapack tutorials. We're going to break blocks. All right, and so now if I just do this, and reload. Oh shoot. Did something not start up? Did I do something wrong in here? E, new block, create new block. Okay, custom block place, custom block place, custom block tutorial block. Now we're executing as at e tag if entity at p distance ... 5, run function tutorial datapack blocks break blocks. Break blocks. function blocked block custom block break. Custom block break. No, this should be working. I forget to save. Gosh darn it. Data get entity at e type equals item display comma distance equals dot 2 comma limit equals 1. Yeah, it's got tutorial block, custom block, tutorial block. I'm not seeing any errors in here. Well, we can debug it. If entity at p distance run say hi. Okay, so there's an issue with it not detecting me. Why? Oh, I'm stupid. I forgot to do at s there. Good Lord. Okay, there. So now you can place and destroy. Good. All right. Cool. Isn't that cool? I think that's really cool. So let's say you want this, let's say you want this thing to drop an item of some kind. Or let's say you want it to drop itself. Let's say you want it to drop itself. Inside of the custom blocks break, all you have to do is do this. Execute at s positioned 1 run summon item. We're gonna have to summon this item instead, though, which can be done if I can get back to this page. Okay, so that's... Okay. We have to, in here, entity, item, sum and coordinates are going to be yada yada yada. Item is going to be a skeleton spawn egg. Good lord, there's a lot of S items. Skeleton skull. Here we go. Stray spawn egg. Skeleton. Okay. I'm gonna make this easier on me, and I'm just gonna do a sniffer spawn egg. And then I can actually just change out the name of the thing. Entity is going to be an item display. Item display. And then item is going to be a barrier. Wait, I don't actually need that. No, no, stop. Stop! Okay, entity is item display. The custom model data on this is going to be 1, because that's in reference to the skeleton spawn egg. Custom name. We're going to call this custom block. Item name. Custom block. Lore. Right click to place custom block. Alright. So this code right here is going to be a little bit jank, but with mild edits, we can actually make it work. Some of the data is going to have to be changed, but instead of the sniffer egg, we're going to do a skeleton egg. Custom block. Minecraft custom name, custom block. I think if I just copy this, and I replace all of this and of course I'm going to need to put italics Minecraft custom name. Oh, good lord. Ah. Custom model data, entity data. And then inside of this, I need to have the tags. Which goes here. All right. And then we're going to run that here. That way it runs first. Save. And now, hopefully, when I reload this and break it... Nope, I got an error. Lock. Caused by illegal argument exception. Trailing data, huh? Oh. Is that it? Oh my. It's supposed to execute unless there's a petrified slab there. Custom block break. Oh. Oh. What? If entity at P 5 and unless block, no, if block, no, unless block, bam, 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 petrified oak slab. There we go. Save. Now, it should only do it. Okay, there. Oh my god, there's so many of them. Alright, boom. There we go. See? I think that teleports that block up a little bit too high. Let me see. Custom block break. 0.5. Save. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. Isn't that cool? And here's the other cool thing. For anybody who might have missed it, if you're in survival and you start punching this thing, it even shows the brake the brake cracking. Boom. And since this is its own function, I can actually play a custom sound here as well. But I might want to stop. Execute at S run stop sound at a distance equals ... 10 block is it, what is it, generic break or something? Or oak or planks. Break. It's block dot break. Block dot wood dot break. It's probably block dot wood dot break. Okay. Let's see this. Reload. What? Why did that? Oh. Position 31, unknown distance, dot dot 10. I didn't put an equals. I'm so stupid sometimes. Okay. No, that still played the sound. If it's not wood, what is it? Is there a planks break? Nope. What, they have the creaking heart in here already? That's so annoying. Why do they have the creaking heart in here, but the freaking extension is not updated to where it's not showing errors everywhere? I know, this is bullshit. Anyway, I don't know what the sound is for the generic wood breaking sound. But I do know that we can just play our own sound. Play sound. Block dot netherite block break ambient. Add a here. Volume 1. Pitch 0. Save all. Reload. Yeah, I tried block.woodbreak. It didn't do it. So I don't know. Well, anyway, that's definitely a way to do it. I also want to kill these petrified oak slabs, so run kill at E type equals item, comma, NBT equals ID colon. Yes, cherry wood does get its own sounds. All of the new wood types get their own sounds. I'm jealous. Okay, there we go. ID colon. Or is it just Minecraft colon? Oh. Petrified oak slab. MBT comma distance equals ... 2. Alright. So now this should kill all of the petrified oak slabs. Reload. That way. Yeah, there we go. Now it doesn't do the slabs. And there you have it. Sidebar. And there you have it. That is how you can make your own blocks in Minecraft with nothing but a data pack. Obviously, you can go ahead and put your own texture on this custom block, and the way that we have it set up is that you can make a whole list of blocks in here and in here, and it should work. So that's very cool. So let's do something real quick. In that, let's say that you want this block to kill everybody around you. No. Let's say that you want this block to drop. Well, first of all, you can have it drop whatever you want. That's in here. You summon the item at its location, and this is basically it. I just had it summon itself. You have to summon the spawn egg, so that way you can place it back down. But let's say that you want this block to be broken with a specific tool. So, unfortunately, the way that it works is that you can't make a specialized tool, it doesn't look like. Actually, with new 1.21 mechanics, I believe that you can make a specialized tool. So if I do /give the Mana Mini Hats an axe, iron axe with components, can break, or tool. tool equals rules blocks petrified oak slab speed I don't know 4.0 something, I don't know. It's a float, so so now I have this. That is way faster. So you actually can make specialized tools. If I make another one and give it 10, it's just as fast as the iron axe or the iron pickaxe. Well, maybe a little bit slower. Maybe I do. Maybe I give it a 15 instead. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. So... Okay. The next thing that we want to do is we want to check to make sure that your player is holding the correct tool for this. And if they're not holding the correct tool, it won't drop anything. So that's why I have this scoreboard over here. So scoreboard, players, set, the many hats, petrified oak, broken, 0. All right. So anytime that one of these things gets broken with a tool, that doesn't work. Okay. Maybe... comma, rules, blocks, speed, correct for drops, true? There we go. Yeah, now we're making progress. All right. So, with that, since doing this gives me the scoreboard, it adds the scoreboard, I can do this. So, very first thing that we want to do is come into break blocks, and we're going to scoreboard players players set at A petrified petrified oak slab broken to 0. So this is going to set everybody's petrified oak slab broken to 0. And the reason why we want to do that is because we want to detect the exact player that has this score. So if a lot of players are on the server and they're all breaking these custom blocks, you might think that it might get a little bit iffy, as in, like, who is breaking what. But the way that Minecraft works is it can only do one thing at a time. So everything goes down linearly. That's really the only advantage that it has to being a single-threaded game. And that's the only compliment that I will ever give Minecraft for being a single-threaded game, is that it has a linear function. That only one thing can happen at a time. So we take advantage of that because inside of our code, this entire function will run before this line of code happens. So it's kind of like your code's going along and it's going like this, and then it has a direct, it goes off onto a tangent and does this, and then it comes back and it starts going like that in the script. That's basically what this is. In a nutshell, if I could find a better way to explain it, I definitely would. In fact, I probably could. Here, let me open up paint.net. Maybe this will help. So, you've got your script here in the file. Whenever it gets to that function, it will pause here and it will read this function, and it will do everything that's in this function before coming back to here and continuing on. And that's how it works. So whenever you're coding, you can confidently put things in here like this. And like I said, one of the very few benefits of having a single-threaded game is that it can only do one thing at a time. So this will work. So I want to go into the custom block break thing, and right here in this this thing here, execute at s, and we're going to say if entity at a scores equals petrified oak slab broken equals 1, we're going to summon this. If it doesn't, we're going to give them nothing. In fact, if it doesn't equal 1, unless entity at a scores petrified, we're going to set block petrified oak slab type equals double. And while we're at it, unless block petrified oak slab run type equals double. All right. So by adding all of this, we should have just very easily made a method that will make it to where not only will it not drop anything if it's broken without the proper tool, but it also shouldn't break. I don't like how that went upwards. So... Save. Oh, and of course this reset, this... Okay. Slash scoreboard, objectives, set displays. Scoreboard, players, set, the many hats, petrified, 0. Okay, so you can do this method with a bunch of different blocks, but just make sure that whatever block you choose to do this with, they can't break it normally. Like, you don't leave it laying in the world for it to be broken. So, because otherwise, stuff like that can happen, where I can just normally break the block, gain that tag, and then I can just hit this block with your fist. And you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So it didn't drop, and yeah, it didn't drop. It didn't drop anything, and it didn't break either. Now, if you wanted this to still break and not drop anything, you could literally just hashtag this out right here. And that way, it won't set the block. So now, if I do it, it won't set the block, and it'll just disappear. It's gone. It's gone! If I use the axe, it still didn't do it. Why did it not do it? Reload. Nope. Alright, what happened? Ah. I spelled that wrong. There we go. Goddamn English. Yeah, I hate myself sometimes for this. But, yeah, there you go. That's custom blocks. It's actually a whole lot easier than what I thought it was. And for what it's worth, I think I could probably make a whole bunch of different things like this. I wish I could just project my thoughts into text and make it do what I want as long as I understand how it works. Well, you see, Nova, that's the reason for these TED Talks here, is that we figure out stuff together. Yeah, this is actually really cool. You just you can build with these blocks. You can break them. Actually, I might want to up the distance on how far that triggers, because I'm going to double that. Because there is a little bit of an issue doing it. Yeah, there you go. So there is an issue with the particles being a thing, obviously. And yeah, I don't really know what to do about that, if I'm being honest. I think that we're just gonna have to deal with it. Unless you want to go through the resource pack and like delete oak planks from the game. Just be all like, I'm never gonna use this. Ooh, actually, I wonder if you can make a tool that's effective against a barrier. Nope. How about bedrock? No. No, so you can't actually make tools that are effective against these. Well, unless Mojang adds in another block that allows players to break it, then the Petrified Oak Slab is the only one that we have, unfortunately. Like, a block that you can't normally get in the game. A block that you're okay with deleting, I guess. That would be the only other way that I think that we could have a block that has those attributes. I mean, I suppose you could do Infested Deep Slate? Because you can't normally get those in the game, I don't think. I mean, you could make it... Well, no, because the Infested Deep Slate just... Doesn't the Infested Deep Slate just use the normal Deep Slate texture? I don't know. But anyway, the idea is that you would essentially find a block that you can do without in your game, and then you can make these things out of it. But yeah. Anyway, I think that this has been a massive success. We've made a block, and we can place the block in world, and it has collision, and it even has neat particles, or well, the block breaking, the cracking, it has that. That's awesome. I can't say for certain exactly how lag-free these are, but the interesting thing is that you can make them on your own from a data pack without having to use any plugins or nothing. So that's that. Anyway, I've been Devin Hat. Thank you all for joining the TED Talk tonight. That's going to be it for me tonight. And I hope that you have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.